Alright, welcome back, guys. Braden is back. It's been a hot minute since I've done a live stream. I wanted to take the opportunity to introduce something that we are doing firsthand, like personally. So I'm really amped about this. But I'll let a few more people get in here real quick, and then as always, we've got the chat over here on the left side. I can see what you guys are saying to me, and then I'll try to respond the best I can. And I gotta turn this music. This is too much craziness up in here. Hold on a second. There we go. Had some Iron Maiden going, and that was just too much. Alright. So, like I said, I've got a really cool announcement I'm really amped about. So it's something that I'm really excited about to put out there. We are starting to, one musical boy, what's up, one? About 3, maybe 6 months ago, I can't really remember the exact date, I mentioned that the channel was transitioning. And one of the things that we were going to transition to was hunting and fishing as well as guns. So basically incorporating more stuff into the actual fold of the channel to kind of expand its content. This is the first video where I'm actually coming out and showing you what I've been working on for a long time. I'm really excited. Big C, what's up? Does 10 Rap says first, then he realized that he wasn't, and he was like, oh man. It's cool. I like when you guys do that. Hit that like button. Thanks, man. And hey, I like that advice. That's good advice. Hit that like button. Alright, so we got about 15 in here, so I'm going to just kind of start the show. As I mentioned earlier, I can see what you guys are saying over here on the interface, so anything you want to talk to me about, anything you want to ask me, just leave it in the comments and I'll address it as I can, as long as it's appropriate and all that good stuff. So in 3 weeks, on October 24th, I'm leaving on a trip to McCall, Idaho. And if you guys don't know, Idaho is one of the best places for outdoors videos, outdoor experiences anywhere in the United States. And we are making a huge trip, and we're going to bring you so much content. It's going to be amazing. We're going out there with 2 people, or 2 entities. We're going out with Unique ARs, which is one of the sponsors on the channel for over a year now. We're going to do some hunting with them. So they've got some gun stuff they want us to check out. Then we're going to actually apply the guns in a hunting scenario, bring you some amazing footage, some amazing B-roll, just fantastic stuff. And we're going to be hunting white-tailed deer out in Idaho. And then I've got another sponsor, which we just brought on board, and they are called Got Fishing. And I'm going to bring you over here on the screen capture and show you. So Got Fishing basically is a fishing charter service where they put together different types of trips all around the world. And then, of course, Unique ARs, they make the AR handguards that you see here, and they're also on all of my videos. They've been sponsored for about a year. And this is where we're going. This is just amazing. So, you know, fish will be hiding in here, they'll be holding in here, in this little estuary right here. Really excited. But let's get back to this and see what you guys are going to say here. FaceTime. All right, let me check the comments. All right, Raps hit the button. Thank you. Raps ask, budget AR-15 complete upper that isn't junk, 5.56 or 223 wild. That's a good question. So AR-15s on a budget, I would do a 5.56. And the reason why is because the 223 wild is a very good card. It's kind of a hybrid between a 5.56 and the 223. And that's kind of the idea that was put forward, was how to make an even more accurate round, but still an AR platform, and that's where the 223 Wild came forward. I actually have a video on my channel, 5.56 versus 223 versus 223 Wild, where I go into a lot of the details, but basically for a budget AR-15, I would do a 5.56 because it's more versatile. That's just me. If I was doing a precision build, I would do a 223 Wild. But check out that video. I'll go into a lot more detail. Have you ever done experiments with the 308 like you have the 25-45 Sharps? I actually have not. I have my 308, which is actually being upgraded right now from Unique ARs. I'm having that special. I'm going to make a video on that. But I need to do that. 308 and 30.6 I think will be a great series. That's a good idea. Big C loves it. Awesome. Pat Plants. I'm going to try my first deer hunt ever. I'm hunting on the ground. Do you think it's even possible to get one from the ground without a blind? I do think it's possible, and I'm going to be doing that a lot this hunting season. I'm really excited about that. I've hunted in the past 3 years. I've killed or harvested 2 deer, and both have been from the ground. So that's not something that is that big of a deal. You don't have to be up in a deer stand. Now, you do have to take the proper precautions because you have to have hunting orange, and if you're on the same level as the deer, you don't want another hunter shooting you by accident. But it's definitely doable. An EDC wallet that will hold a North Carolina concealed carry laminated card. With cash, we don't do IDs. I don't really have a great option on that. I would show you my wallet, but I legit don't know where it is right now. What is my favorite budget brand for ARs? Faxon, VCA, or PSA? Okay, so it really depends what you're kind of going for. I personally use only 2 of those. I use Faxon firearms for their barrels because they're amazing barrels, and I use PSA for the upper and lower parts kits and the basically the build kits. But I use the Faxon firearms barrels. I use the PSA build kits, and then I do handguards from Unique ARs. Pat Plant, and I actually want to talk to you about that as well a little bit more. So one of the things that we're doing on this channel, and I touched on about 6 months ago, is there's a lot of people out there who are missing out on a whole lot of life, especially young men. And the main demographics of this YouTube channel are 18 to 45 men have, in the downtime, which is right now, the downtime, it's about 400,000 people watch this channel a month. Okay, so, and I don't say that to be braggadocious, I say that to be just give you an idea of the scope. And one of the things that's been pulling on me, and I've been tugging, I have 2 young sons, and I want to raise them in a way where they don't miss out on life. They don't miss out on this amazing wilderness that we have, and the amazing opportunities that we have, and because they have their head in a video game. And I was actually raised, I had open access to video games, and I wasted a lot of my time on video games. And I want to bring everything outdoors that you can do with the knowledge of guns, the knowledge of fishing, just knowing the right people, to you guys, and give you opportunities, inspire you to get out there and really do some great things with that. And that's my motivation. Pat Plants, Big C, congratulations, thank you. What ammunition manufacturers do you use the most? I used to use Freedom Munitions. I don't anymore because I had 3 failures out of 1,000 for 9mm, and that's well beyond the standard that I would expect, the fail rate. So I don't use Freedom anymore. I use LAX ammunition out of Los Angeles. They're very strong. They're very good, at least for 9mm remanufacturers. But one of the other things about this this hunting and fishing edition is there's a lot of stuff that we can do as the hunting community, as the gun community, to help people out. And when we're harvesting the meat from the wilderness, when we're going out and not going to a grocery store, but we actually know, like, hey, we put in the work, we hunted, we made the shot, we cleaned the deer, we took all the meat off the deer, we butchered the deer. Giving that to people who may need it if we have extra is a really big thing, and that's something that we can do at no cost to us, and it will really help. And that's something that I want to bring elements of as well into this. Let's see here. I'm thinking about getting a 22-250, wondering, can there be an AR platform in that round? What are your thoughts? I've never seen an AR platform in thoughts, but that doesn't mean it can't happen. I'm 42. I'm learning to hunt so I can teach my 11-year-old next year. That's awesome, Pat. That's exactly what we're talking about. Stay tuned on this channel because there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to bring into this channel, especially in the next 6 months, which is very fishing and hunting heavy, because it utilizes all the firearms knowledge that we've touched on for the past 3 years and brings it into a real life application. So that's something keep in mind on that. And that's awesome, by the way. Big C, 32 with 2 sons. I like where you're headed with this. I'm all ears. Awesome. Actually, Big C, I actually have 3 children. So I'm 32 years old. I have 3 children under 5, and I got a lot of responsibility to make sure that they are raised to be good people and good, understanding, civilized people who know where their food comes from. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this, is because it's a great option. It's something that a lot of people their age aren't going to know. A lot of people my age don't even know. Musical Boy, have you ever used a 17 HMR for anything before? I have. I've used 17 HMR for target practice. I haven't used it for hunting anything, just because it's such a small hypersonic round. It is so fast, and the recoil it's like a 22 but lighter, which is really cool. It moves faster than a 22. Will pretty much do anything you need. It's extremely accurate. I don't do a lot with it just because I don't have a use for a round that small personally in my life. The smallest round I typically will shoot is a 22, whether it's 22 LR or 223. 9mm versus 40. I have so many videos on 9mm versus 40. If you check all the rest of my my channel, you'll see it. They're everywhere. I've done a lot of different tests. It's one of those things where I mean, trust me, they're both going to work. It's not like you're going to be in a situation where you're like, oh, that one didn't work. 9mm will do just as much damage to stop somebody as a 40 cal. Personally, I like a 40 cal because it has a little bit more mass. It does impact a little harder. But the 9mm is moving faster, and it has a hydrostatic shock element that the 40 might not have. So, I mean, I promise they're both going to work. I like a 40 a little bit more because it's going to tend to penetrate more barriers, in my opinion. Or at least my tests have shown that. Big C also has 2 boys and a girl. Awesome. Good to know we're all still procreating. All right, Brian Herendich. What inexpensive AK-47 do you recommend for a fairly new shooter? I've shot mainly 22s and 12 gauge. All right. Francisco's from Paraguay, by the way. What's up? I'm actually gonna do a lot of fishing trips in Paraguay, probably. All right, Brian. I'm gonna get over here and I'm gonna show you some love here because I actually just got an AK-47. And when I got this AK-47, it was on special deal, and I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. But it's a good AK. It's from a company that I trust. And now I'm going to take you over here, and we're going to check it out. All right. Surprise, surprise, it is from Palmetto State Armory. So I was perusing Palmetto State, and I just happened to see that there was a special deal. Oh, there it is. That's actually the exact deal I got right here. So I got this AK-47 right here. Mine was plum. This one is black, as you can see. Boop. But mine was actually black. I mean, excuse me, was plum, so it has a little more purple in it. Let's see if I can actually show you. There we go. Up there. All right, where would the plum thing be? You know what? I'm just going to go up here and search it. Oh, this is actually really cool. This is, oh, it's out of stock. Bummer. You know what? I can't find the plum, and I really don't want to spend a ton of time looking for it. Heck with it. Whatever. Let's just use that. So, that's my point, though. You've got the AK-47, the $4.99 on this window here. So $4.99 for an AK-47. It is a good AK. It's going to get the job done. Now, is it specifically a AK-47 that's from Russia and it's amazing and you'll never, you know, you got a genuine Russian AK? No, it's not. Is it made in the United States? Yes, it is. But it's made by Palmetto State, which I trust. Apple juice, not whiskey. But this is a really good, let me go back here. This is a really good option for you if you're beginning with an AK-47. Palmetto State Armory. It's a Blim PS AK-47 GB2. So, real good hit there. So hopefully that helps. Let's check the feed here. Will Jenkins, speaking about 40s, would you do a video about 400 Corban? I might. I've got some things coming up where I might get a little out of the box on the standard calibers, but I got some stuff coming up. All right, so let me show you some stuff about my sponsors that are doing this. But first, I'm gonna hit the play ad button. All right, so let's see. One musical boy. I'm 15. I shoot trap and I shoot a 12 gauge. Do you think a 270 or a 30-06 would have the same amount of recoil as a 12 gauge? The 30-06 is going to have the same. Is going to have the same level of recoil. 270 will have less than a 30-06, but I mean, if you can handle a 12 gauge, you can handle either one of those rounds. And it also depends which 30-06 you get. I mean, if you get, I have a 308 AR-10 that I built, and it's the same caliber as a 30-06, and the recoil is similar, but I built it in such a way that it really absorbs that energy, so it doesn't actually feel like I'm shooting a 308, which is a big deal. All right, let's see. Big C. Wasser 10 is my choice. Chrome line barrel, etc. Yes, a Wasser 10 is not a bad choice, especially for an entry AK. But unfortunately, Wassers are getting more expensive than the AKs that I just showed. And I'm like, hey, if I'm going to get a new AK or an old AK, the Wassers can be bent. They can do a lot of crap. That's not great. But I have no problem. I've had no problem with my Palmetto State. All right. So let's take a look over here at some other stuff. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be hunting mule deer. So mule deer are these guys right here. They're very big deer. They're very elusive. They're very sought after, especially in the west, northwest. And you get a mule deer like this one, and you're doing okay, right? So a good idea. These animals are beautiful. They look like that. So you would be going after a full antlered mule deer. Now I had the opportunity. That's actually a really beautiful picture. So a deer like this is going to weigh about 300 to 400 pounds. Really beautiful rack. And then you get all that meat, which we can donate to people in the area, which is the idea, at least. Beautiful animals. That looks like a whitetail. Mule deers have this big tuft right here, too. All right, let's go back over here. All right, so let's see what else is going on over here in the chat thread. Check out the AK Operator Union, 15,000 rounds test on the Wasser 10. That's true. The AK Union is a very good place to check for AK information. Do you own the property where you shoot all your videos at? I personally do not. My family does. Big C, majestic looking beast. Yes, and that's the thing. And one of the things that I want to drive home really heavily in this trip, and you're going to see it and feel it a lot in the theme and the style of the videos, it's about respecting these animals. This is not something where you're going to see me get out there and get excited about killing an animal, because I don't like that part. What I get excited about is the entire trip going up into it, right? So right now, I'm going to start doing some videos about the best boots that I'm going to get. I'm going to get some interviews with the guides who are out there with me, who are going to be partners with me on this. I'm going to talk to you about my AR-10, what I'm going to use it for, how I'm going to use it, where I'm going to zero it in. I'm going to talk to you about the gear that I'm using. And then I'm going to take you through the entire hunt right there, and then I'm also going to take you through the end of the hunt and when we're going to give and prepare the food for other people and ourselves. I'm going to take you from beginning to end. I'm not just going to focus on the, I killed it, I'm awesome, because that's not the way that it is. That's not, in my opinion, that's not the way that hunting should be. But it's a real big thing, and you're going to see themes of that coming forward. All right, so Brian says, I live in California, so I'm going to have to do some research things. Research, oh, you mean about the AK? Yeah, definitely do that, because they ain't big on guns. They're getting kind of... All right, let's see. Pat Plant. You Americans are so lucky. I'm in Canada, and our government has so many stupid laws. We can only hunt with a shotgun and bow in my area. No AKs or ARs allowed to hunt there. That's actually not that bad. That's not that bad, Pat, and let me talk to you about it a little bit. So, what Pat's referencing is gun control laws in Canada and the way that you can hunt, the way you can fish and different things in Canada, because they're very protective about their natural resources, which I personally don't disagree with. Their gun laws are a little insane, but you know, to each his own, right? I've been to British Columbia, and it's just the most beautiful place in the world, and they have pretty cool on hunting, but you just have to do it a specific way. So, Pat, just speaking about that for a second, a shotgun is actually a very effective way out to 100 yards to take a deer. Okay, so what you need to do is, it depends on what gauge you have, and you can tell me over here in the comments if you have a 12 gauge or you have a 10 gauge, well not a 10 gauge, 16 gauge, 20 gauge, just let me know over here in the comments. But just get a slug, and depending on what kind of gun you have, like shotgun, I can tell you a little bit more, the best way to do this. But if you put a red dot on a shotgun or you put a scope on a shotgun, you can be very accurate with a 20-inch barrel out to 100 yards. With actually more effect than a standard 30 caliber round. So definitely possible. But leave the comments over here and I'll come back to that when you put some more details about your actual shotgun model. Big C, will you be doing a new build for this trip? I will not be doing a new build. It's a great question though. So what I'm doing is, let me take you over here and let me show you what I'm doing. Get back over here to the computer. So I'm working with this company, Unique ARs, okay, and I've been working with them for a while. If you guys have seen the channel, you know that these guys have been really excellent sponsors, and they make customized handguards. So if I go to the handguards here, you can see all these different handguards that are available. I actually have, well, I can't find the eagle. I can never find it. Here we go. I actually have this one on my AR-15, if it loads. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. There we go. So I actually have this one on my AR ski. And I love it so much. It looks so awesome on my AR. But these guys are actually sponsoring. I put the trip together to by reaching out with their CEO. So I'll be hunting with their CEO and also the CEO and founder of Got Fishing. So I'll be doing this really cool, like, company build thing. It's awesome. But what we're doing is they sent me a new custom handguard. They have a custom service, and I'll show you. So they do custom orders, which is right here, and I can do custom order handguards, and then they go through the entire process of the custom orders. And if you guys want to do this, make sure you use LFA free ship as the code, because you get free shipping for it. And it also helps me out if you do. So, woohoo! But anyway, so you can do new customer, and you can completely design whatever you want on your handguard, and you have a custom AR-15, AR-10, whatever. And so what I've done is I've come out and said, hey, we're going to do this, and they're like, hey, let's put you through the entire custom process. And I went through the entire thing, and they sent it to me, and I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. And I had it made for my AR-10, so it's going to fit on my AR-10. It's being painted right now by Gun Ink Designs, one of my other partners. And I'm going to pick it up in about a week and a half, and then I'm going to show you guys the actual AR. I'm going to show you the handguard. I'm going to install the handguard, and then I'm going to spend some time zeroing in as well. So I'm so amped the entire process. So I'm not technically building a new AR-10. I'm upgrading my existing AR-10 with a customized handguard. All right, so let's go back over here to the comments. Michael Shaw, great channel. Your only agenda is to promote the amazing ways to enjoy nature and the outdoor lifestyle. Thank you, Michael. That's awesome. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to incorporate a lot of that aspect in, because let's face it, a lot of people walk around like this, and that's all they do. And these kids just don't know the amazing blessings that we have. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal, and I feel a responsibility to do so. And I think it's going to be amazing things. Should this trip work out, we're going to incorporate trips down to Mexico, and I'm going to teach you guys how to fly fish. I'm going to show you guys fly fishing in crystal clear water in the Yucatan Peninsula. I'm going to show you how to fly fish in Alaska, maybe go hunting in Alaska. We're going to go all over the world with this, because these guys have amazing connections, and I'm going to take you guys with us. And that's the whole thing. It's like, this is so freaking cool. You guys can watch a YouTube channel, and if you've been with me for a while, you've seen the channel evolve and develop. Well, now we're going to the next level, and I'm so amped about it. It's amazing. And people, sponsors are jumping on board. It's awesome. All right, let's take a look at Pat Plant here. So he has the Remington 870 Wingmaster. It's old but perfect. I like that. I love when guys talk about guns that are old like that, because you can almost hear the nostalgia and the smile in their descriptions. Sweet guard. Thank you, Pat. Okay, so if you have a 12 gauge shotgun and you get a rifled slug. Okay, it's very important that you get a rifled slug, and the reason why is because you want that rifling in a shotgun. Shotguns have smooth bores, and I'm assuming that 870 has a smooth bore, which means there's no rifling on the inside of the barrel. Check that, but I'm like 99% sure. So what you do is you get a rifled slug instead of a smooth slug, because typically a big hunk of lead doesn't have rifling on it, right? So it's a hunk of lead and it has no rifling. Well, a rifled slug, instead of the rifling being on the barrel, it's actually on the bullet or the projectile. So when it goes out, the projectile, the grooves on the projectile, start spinning it against the smooth bore of the shotgun, and you get a much more accurate shot. You're going to be accurate to about 100 yards if you do that, especially if you put a red dot on, and you're actually just as effective as a 308 or a 3.6, because depending on which part of Canada you're in, the engagement ranges on a deer are between like 50 and 150 yards, all of which is totally doable with a shotgun with some practice. You just have to use the right technology in that shotgun. So I hope that helps, because that's something that's definitely doable. And shotguns are $300, so anybody can do this. All right. Musical boy. I hate living within city limits because I can't shoot guns within city limits. So the only time I get to shoot guns is when I shoot trap or when I go up to my uncle's house. Yeah, and that's, you know, I respect that in city limits. You either have to go to a range or go out in the open outdoors, and shooting outdoors is so much better. It's like, it's infinitely better. Oh, man. All right, so now let me show you Got Fishing while you guys can come up with some new comments, because I love talking to you guys. All right, so we talked about unique ARs. That's really exciting. So now, Got Fishing. This is gotfishing.com. Okay. One of the things about Got Fishing that I really like is I talked to the CEO, I've talked to the guy who does all the trips, and he can take us to all these amazing places, but he's on the same page with the aspect of hunting and fishing. This is about preserving a culture. This is about preserving nature. Because every time you buy like a hunting license, it's going to preserve that animal. I mean, it's preserving those lands. It's preserving everything to take care of it. You are harvesting a set amount which won't impact the population of that animal. Everything is done by science. Everything is done by finance and economics. It's all monitored. So it's a beautiful way to really harvest and take advantage of what we have to offer in our country. But he's totally down with that, and it's amazing. So his name's Brian, and you'll see a lot more of him. But he's got all these amazing destinations, like Eurasia, which is Kamchatka's in the far east of Russia. North America, obviously, you guys know where that is. South America, I really want to hit this one and this one. And Chile has apparently some really amazing trout as well. This one in New Zealand, I'll be real, like, that's a pipe dream. I don't know if I'll be able to do that one. It's so amazing. But I definitely want to do Belize. But what Got Fishing does is basically they just put together trips. Like, hey, do you want to fly a plane and you want to go land in the middle of nowhere that no one has been in 20 years and catch a fish? You can do that. And that's what they do. So then they get you out to these little, you know, Belize islands. And the big thing in Belize, this is obviously a tuna. And this is a permit. And then, where's that other one? And then this is a bonefish. Okay, so they do all of these amazing things. That's a tarpon. They do all of these amazing things, and these are the things I'm going to start taking you guys on. I'm going to start taking you on these trips and get out there and really, honestly, just go kind of ham on this stuff, which I'm so amped about. But yeah, so what do you guys think of this? Like, what isn't this something? I mean, I've been working on this for like 6 months, getting all the people in the right spots, getting all the travels set up, all the trips, everything, to go into these beautiful places and just create this amazing legacy that you guys get to come with us. And I want you guys eventually to start doing this with me. Like, my plans down the road is I'm going to put out an announcement, say, hey, in 3 months I'm going here and it's going to cost us this, and we're going to camp in the woods and we're going to hunt and we're going to eat and then we're going to go. And we can do it cheap or we can do it expensive. I don't care. But the idea is to bring you guys along with me, so I'm really excited about that. All right, Pat says, thanks for the shotgun. Cool, awesome. Musical boy, have you ever been up to Minnesota to go hunting? I have not been to Minnesota. I have been, the furthest north I've been in the central states is Wisconsin, but I wasn't hunting. All right, and just to give you guys a heads up, I'm going to cut this stream in about a minute and a half. And because I don't like going past 30 minutes because they get a little extensive. Musical boy, are they paying me to go on these trips? They are not. No, these are trips that we're working together on to bring you guys some amazing content and get you guys some great stuff. As you guys can tell, I'm actually preparing with my beard. It's a little scraggly, so, but that'll help keep my face warm. My face blanket. Pat says Belize is amazing. We have family there. That would be awesome to go. I'm real excited. All right, guys, so last minute here. I'm going to wrap this up. Maybe I'll give it 2 minutes. Any kind of questions that you have for me, anything you want to know, hit me now, and I'll spend some time with you guys and talk you through some stuff, and we will just kind of chit-chat. It's pretty much the best way I could say it. So I've actually moved everything over here, so now I can see what's happening directly in front of me, and I can actually look at you guys and read the comments directly instead of looking to the left and to the right. Apple juice break. Ooh, delicious. Man. All right, you guys look like you have been talked out. All right. I'm excited to take your drone. Big C, I will be absolutely taking my drone. I'll take my drone, my gimbal. I'm going to take 3 cameras, 3 GoPros, 4 cameras in total. I'm really excited. There's going to be some great stuff. I'm going to do a lot of live streams from out there. I'm amped. Musical Boy, what is the biggest caliber I've ever shot? I'd say the biggest caliber I've ever shot was a 50 Beowulf AR. It's probably the biggest caliber I've ever shot. And it was this real big AR-15. It was just like a normal AR-15, but it was real thick and dense. And it had 20 rounds of Beowulf in it, and it's like, I was shooting an AR, but I was shooting a 50 caliber round. It was crazy. Big C, thanks for the information. No problem. And guys, I thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and I look forward to the next 3 weeks bringing you so much of the prep work and all the stuff that I'm doing. That's why a lot of live stream stuff to it as I take you through the way that I'm going to shop for stuff, the way I'm going to analyze stuff, prepare for stuff. But until the next one, I'm Braden. I'll see you later.